up staying in Coffs-Harbour last night. After that rain started about 4:30, it just got worse and worse. We were out there for about 2 hours. We got lost, we couldn't find where we needed to go, and then we did find where we needed to go. We couldn't get up the hills, it's just too wet. We got back into that red rutted mud hills, we couldn't get up them, so we decided just to turn around where we were and head back into Coffs. We didn't get as far as we wanted to get yesterday after we spent so long winching up that hill, and everything just took longer. We were going to get further out into the bush, out to some nice campsites. We didn't get very far at all, so we're only about maybe 15 minutes out of Coffs. We just came back in. We're down at Coffs-Harbour jetty this morning, going to have some breakfast and then we'll head back out the bush. The weather seems to have cleared up today. We've just hit the bush again in this Bindarri National Park, and then we're going to head up Pine Road, which take us up the top of the mountain. There's a cool waterfall there. We're going to have a swim and have a look around and that. It was sunny this morning and the clouds are mostly gone, but they seem to be moving back in again, so we may end up getting caught in the rain again. This morning after we left Coffs-Harbour down here, we then took this main road and came up in here onto this Dairyville road is the one you want to get onto, and then you follow that all the way out to the end, and then you hit this Bindarri National Park, and that's where you can take that Pine Road up into the mountain, up into this Bangalore Falls picnic area, and then from there we're going to head out over here into Platypus Flat for the night in the Nimboy Bindarri National Park. Are you driving the car today?
Did this totally know how you drive? Left, right. Look, I can't drive, I'm driving stupid.
This Pine Road is reasonably steep, not that steep, but you probably get away with high range four-wheel drive. You might need low range a little bit, but it's all nice and graded. It's a nice easy track. You get up here in any four-wheel drive, no problems. But it's still a good fun track up through the bush, and then we'll get to the waterfall up the top. When we get up the top, we know a bit of a shortcut through a power line track. A bit of low range in that, but it's all pretty easy again, nothing too hard. Having fun, Kai? No. You're excited for the waterfall, but? No. Okay. Nice.
Oh,
Bye.
Do you like the waterfall, Kai?
Peekaboo, I love you. I do.
You gonna go for a swim down there, Kai?
Yeah.
Very cold. We're in winter now, and plus it's a cloudy day. There's no sun. It'll be a lot nicer without some sun, but still worth having a swim.
Peekaboo, I was hiding. Could you see me?
That says Brooklana.
Brook. Wait, what? Wait, is that where she died?
I don't know, I think that's a town maybe, do with the train track. When we were driving along the dirt road out towards Platypus Flat, not far from the town of Cascade, we're going across the little creek, and then we looked up and we saw this big old train bridge over the creek. And then there was a little track, four-wheel drive track going along to us. They were parked there, and then now we're following this old train track through the bush, and we're going to make our way out to the bridge. There was an old train line that ran from Dorrigo through to some town north. I don't really know much about it, but there's all remnants of this old train line all the way through this area.
Let's go.
Holy really, what a day. You have to watch Malachi on this tape.
And here's the big old train bridge, Kai.
I wouldn't like to fall down there. Let's go.
Construction of the Dorrigo to Glenreagh Railway began in 1914, and it was officially opened in 1924. It was a total of 66 kilometres in length and mainly used to transport timber. It was one of New South Wales' most costly railways. It was very expensive to build in the beginning, and then it became very expensive to maintain due to the constant upkeep it required. The track was eventually closed in 1972 due to several washaways, and it was more viable for them to close it than try and repair it and continue to maintain it.
She messed around with a bloke named Smokey. She loved him, though he was cold. He took her down to Chinatown and showed her how to kick that gong around. Hidey, 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 hidey. Whoa,
After checking out the railway bridge we found, we made our way back through the town of Cascade and into the Bindarri National Park to try and find a camp for the night. We've made it to our camp for the night, just here on the Namboida River, I think it is. Is this called the Namboida River, Kai? Yeah, Namboida River. Thought so. My dad's just gone to get his car. We were going to camp at a different spot down there, but then we went to get a bit of firewood and we found this spot. Just collected a bit of firewood there in the back. We're not far from the main Platypus Flat campground. We didn't worry about going down in there. There's a few, not far from there, there's a few side spots on the river. So the one we were going to camp at, there was already people there, but then there's this other one. We're just going to stay here tonight. Got the river just there. Start a fire. We got Malachi.